We're now going to talk about commissions. What are commissions? How they work, how they're paid, when they're paid. So first, commissions are paid between the 1st and the 5th of every month. As long as you're qualified, from the moment that you're qualified, you start to earn commissions. Now, if you look in your back office, you will notice, if you have not qualified, that you're missing an icon that looks like the dollar symbol. That's called your wallet. The moment you get 3 people in, I won't say the moment, but after you get 3 people in, usually within 24 to 48 hours, you get a new icon called your wallet. Your wallet is now calculating commissions for you. Now, it is important that you understand what I just said, because some people get this part mixed up. So in other words, if you went out and brought in 1 person, how much money would you be earning from that person? Nothing. When you bring in 2 people, how much money would you be earning from that second person? Nothing. Even when you bring in that 3rd person, you're not earning anything off of that person. Why? Because at the time that you brought them in, you were not qualified. Now, if you did nothing else for the rest of the month, and those 3 people that you brought in did nothing else for the rest of the month, the very next month, you would earn $3, because now you were qualified at the time those members' payments went through. So to make a long story short, in the very first month only, you don't receive $1 off of the first 3 people that you bring in. Now keep in mind, we're only talking about $3 for a business that you're building for a lifetime. You're building generational wealth. And so yes, in that first month, you would not earn those $3. But in the very next month, you would earn those $3. So to add to that, what I would like to explain to you is that the first day that you come in, it's not a good idea to go out and sign up 100 people. Why? Because if you went out and signed up 100 people in your first day, the system would not be calculating commissions for you. So you will put in 100 people, and in the first month, those 100 people wouldn't show on your first commissions check, but they would show in your second commissions check. But now here's what we do at Fortress, because our goal is to get everybody paid. If you were one of those individuals, and I would say 1 out of 1,000 people would do that, if you were going to go out and bring in that many people, just simply reach out to someone in your upline. If you have someone in your upline who can get in contact with us in corporate right away, or if you just sent us an email letting us know that you put in 100 people today, we will qualify you immediately so that you can get paid off of those people on your first commission. But if it's not brought to our attention and is left up to the system to do it, the system is just not designed to calculate commissions while you're not qualified. So we would manually qualify you because you qualified when you put in those 3 people. But as I stated, it can take 24 to 48 hours before you actually show as a qualified member after putting in your 3rd person. Unfortunately, computers just, that's the way they work. It was programmed to work that way. Imagine if Excel or Microsoft Word or Photoshop had a feature in it that you didn't necessarily like. You couldn't change it. You just have to learn how to work with it. And that's what we're doing with the software that we use to monitor this massive organization. So with that said, as long as you let us know, or let someone know, that you are a major recruiter and you brought in a lot of people, we will qualify you and make sure you get paid off of those people. But I'm really stressing this point because I don't want anyone to think that they're being ripped off or shunned in any kind of way because their commissions didn't add up to what they thought they were. So now let's just take this a step further with another example. Let's say you brought in 1 person, and that 1 person you brought in is a go-getter. And that 1 person you brought in goes out and sponsors 20 people on their first day. But you are still not qualified. What does that mean? You're not getting paid off of those 20 people that your first person brought in because you were not qualified. As a matter of fact, the person that you brought in wouldn't get paid off of those 20 people either because they were not qualified. So with that said, if you're going to do that, let us know so that we can keep an eye on your account and qualify you immediately so that you and the person that you brought in can get paid off of those people that they're bringing in one day. Now, unfortunately, I wouldn't say unfortunately, but most people don't do that. This has not been an issue, but I want people to know that this could happen if you came in and you just started running really hard in your first few days, which is fine. But really, in your first few days, you really should be familiarizing yourself with what Fortress is so that you know how to talk about Fortress, so that you know how to defend Fortress when people come to you and start saying stupid stuff like pyramid thing, Ponzi, or whatever the nonsense that they don't know. They don't understand that Fortress is simply a membership club, similar to Sam's Club, BJ's, Costco's, or whatever, except we pay you for building a network. So I'm going to give some examples of the way network grows, ways to build it, and I'm going to show you why this is not a pyramid, not even in structure. So I'm going to share the screen. And we're going to use a whiteboard here. We'll just use some simple circles. So let's just say this is you. You go out and you bring in 3 people. These 3 people would be on your first level. Now, we want you to understand that levels don't mean anything. So if your first 3 people fell on different levels, it doesn't matter. You don't have to write in or be concerned that someone fell on your level 6 or 7. It doesn't matter. You're going to get $1 off that person no matter which level they fell in your organization. So to give you an example of that, let's say your sponsor, this is your sponsor up here. Your sponsor goes out and puts in a bunch of people. Do you understand that your sponsor, if he put in 4 people, some of his people can fall under some of your people? Because in Fortress, you get paid from above and from below. So with that, know that in a force matrix system, people can come in from all over. So that's called spillage. That's when someone above you put in a bunch of people and they fall under the people they put in. So for instance, if you was your sponsor's first person, and then your sponsor went out and put in 10 people, 4 of his people will fall under you because your sponsor would have went 3 wide, which would have been you, somebody else, and somebody else. And then when he puts in 10 people, those 10 people will fall under the people that were already there. And the same thing is going to happen with you. Now, I wish I was better at this whiteboard thing, but I'm not, so just bear with me. So let's say you went out, go and draw, and you put in 10 people. How would they fall? So this is you. You put in 10 people. You put in 1, 2, 3. That will be your level 1. It's full. Now your 4th, 5th, and 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. So basically, if you went out and put in 10 people, you would almost fill up your 1st and 2nd levels. So now watch this. Let's change colors. This person here, their 1st level is already full because of what you did. So when this person goes out and put in their 3 people, where are they going to go? Under this person. 1, 2, 3. But as you notice, it's all still up under you. So now this person right here decides he's going to put in, or she's going to put in, her 3 people. They're going to go 1, 2, 3. They're going to fall under this person. So as you can see, Fortress can grow all sorts of ways. It doesn't have to grow in a perfect triangle. It can grow all kinds of ways. Now, guess what? Because someone over here, this may be that person we talked about earlier in the commissions, who decides they want to go out and put in 100 people. Now, I am not about to sit here and draw 100 of these crazy circles, but you pretty much get the picture. Because when this person starts to put in his 100 people, it's going to go 1, 2, 3, all still up under him. It's not, no one can put anyone in beside them. And then it's going to fill up under this person. So what's going to happen is this person is going to start building their own network under them. And as a result, they will also be still under you. So that's the beauty of Fortress. You do not have to worry about how it's growing, where somebody's coming in, what level they're sitting on, because it means absolutely nothing. You never know who's going to be that person who is going to go out and bring in a lot of people. Some people may just bring in 3 people. Now, let me tell you the way I suggest it. And this is what we like to tell people all the time. If you get out of the mentality of network marketing, you will get away from thinking that you have to go out and bring in a whole bunch of people, because that's what network marketing taught us. You know, most of us are from the old school network marketing, and all of the emphasis was on recruiting. And so you had to play the numbers. You had to go out and bring in a whole bunch of people and hope that someone caught on and did the thing. But in Fortress, we wanted to change that mentality. We want you to go out and bring in 3 like-minded people. And we stress that because if you bring in 3 like-minded people, that means they would operate like you. If you're a negative person, you're probably not still watching this video. But if you're still watching this video, that means you want something. That means you want to understand this and you want to know how to do it. And guess what? If you go out and find those same people, they will go out and get 3 people who do the same thing that they do. You want to know how you can pretty much retire and never have to lift another finger in Fortress? Let's say you went out and found 3 people who were just like you, 3 people who are willing to sit through a video and learn the very basics of growing a business. Once you put in those 3 people, you really never have to log into your back office again if you don't want to. Now, I suggest that you do so that you can make sure that your account is active and that your bank didn't decline your payment and that you're still in good standing, because you would not want to miss hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands of dollars because your $10 payment didn't go through. And that can happen. Imagine if you have 20,000 people under you and the bank declines your $10 payment. The software is not going to cut you commissions for that month. And at that point, we don't go back in retrospect and pay you that money for that month. You will get it next month. But during these times, during these numbers, you have to make sure your account is active so that you receive your commissions. But from a work standpoint, you pretty much don't have to do anything else, because if you brought in the right 3 people, they sat here and watched these videos, they learned what to do, they knew not to go out and get negative people, they went out and got 3 like-minded individuals. And if they got the proper 3 like-minded individuals, you never have to worry about anything else. You can literally go back, kick back on the beach, and just enjoy the rest of your life. So this is what Fortress is all about. Fortress is about bringing in people who understand what it is, people who want to do it, people who want to value it for what it is. Fortress has been $10 from the day we started 3 years ago, and Fortress will be $10 until. We have no intentions on changing the compensation plan. We have no intentions of raising the $10. We have no intentions of bringing on a sign-up fee. We have no intentions of doing anything. All we do is look for ways to give more to the network. This company is built on integrity, and the leadership, all of the leaders have integrity. Otherwise, I would not call them leaders. And guess what? I don't go out and pick leaders. The leaders rise. Everybody who is a leader in Fortress, I didn't choose them. They chose themselves. They decided they wanted to be leaders. And what did they do? They came in, they started teaching people, they started helping people, they started making videos, they started making flyers, they started doing whatever they could do to help build a network. And then when I see that happening, of course, I take them under my wing, and then they take you under their wings. And that's how the leadership is made. We don't go out and pick people. People pick themselves. And guess what? In the very near future, there will be leadership bonuses. Fortress is only $10 a month, and 9 of those dollars go back into the network. But there are still ways that we can earn extra money to give out leadership bonuses. So hopefully you guys have understood the commissions and know that you only lose, if I could call it that, the first $3 in the first month only. After that, for the rest of your life, for the rest of your children's lives, you're building generational wealth, and it costs you $3. So with that, thank you guys for watching this video. See you in the next one.